All right. Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Testing one, two, three. Are we alive? Waiting on. Oh, shit. Well, yeah, there's that. Sorry, babe. Awesome. How do I sound? Are we good? I'm slowly bringing everything back online here, so good. All right. All right. More and more tempted to get turbo. I know, right? Just to get rid of the ads. Yeah. I am also still eating breakfast because at the time that everything went to shit, Ange was kind enough to be making me some bacon and eggs. And so there we go. So I'm eating. And I'm trying to bring Lotro back up, so give me a minute to kind of get everything started here, and then we'll just kind of roll with it. So good morning, everybody. How are you all doing? So I'm on like my third or fourth microphone. The cats have all tried to help endlessly, to no avail.
Half of a
Go. What, bacon and eggs is only half of a good country breakfast,
yeah, you
apparently.
need biscuits and fried taters.
Where are they?
I only had so much time.
She's like, you need you need biscuits and fried taties, and I'm like, well, where are they? It's too quiet in my ears. I need the game on so I have some freaking music. Can you hear her? Could you hear her in the background? Yeah, my office is now a disaster area because I had to pull out like 5 or 6 boxes looking for let's see. Well, so the problem is my old Blue Yeti Pro mic, which is a good mic. It was the first one I really started with years ago, and I think it's finally just on its last leg. Zeus and I were talking the other night on Discord, and I had it out, and then all of a sudden it went kaflooey, and then I rebooted everything this morning, and I was like, oh, okay, well, things are working. Okay, we'll start up the stream. So I go, and as soon as I started the stream, the mic went on the fritz again. So I think I need to just be done with that mic. It's a shame. I hate throwing away anything. Wish there was a way I could figure out how to fix it, because it's a good mic. But I tried like a couple things with that. Like it's a USB mic, but it's also an XLR microphone. It has an XLR connection as well, which is great. And I tried to do the so I pulled out like my old I have an old Focusrite microphone interface, USB microphone interface. So I'm like, all right, I'll pull that out, thinking that the Yeti problem was with the USB connection or something like that. And so I tried the XLR connection, but it wasn't that. So it looks like it was probably actually a problem with the microphone and the mic capsule itself. So it's doing something funky. I'm like, all right, I can't use that one. So like, all right, let me go get my other good USB mic. So I start digging through things, and I start pulling out. I pull out my Yeti X microphone that I have. I start trying to get that working. Okay, needs to update software. Okay, fine. And it's just not even being recognized by Windows when I plug it in. So that didn't work. So now, then I'm like, all right, well, let me go back to I got the Focusrite USB interface. And then I have my Stellar X microphone, which is a really, really nice XLR microphone. That I had bought, and I forgot it was really even just sitting up on the shelf, and here it is. So hopefully I sound wonderful, and I'm going to continue to eat bacon, and we will explore the depths of Outer Gondor. How's that sound? Can you guys hear music? Cool. Here we go. Oh, this is nice. I just got a text on my phone. It says, "What a terrible day." The fuck is that all about? Literally, I just got a text. It just says, "What a terrible day." Okay. Do you ever just get random weird texts like that? Now, you're probably going to listen to me chewing a lot while I'm trying to get rid of this bacon. So last we left our intrepid adventurer. Actually, really, I haven't played Lotro all week. Was doing some flight stuff, studying. I had a flight yesterday, which actually went really, really well. It's a great day. You don't have to be at work. Well, that's cool. I had to work on my soft field landing practice. Even though we weren't on a soft field, we were on a runway in a Class D airport. And I'm getting better. Practice, practice, practice. I haven't even really done any like festival stuff this week either. Is the festival even still on? I honestly don't know. All right, where do we leave off? Through tomorrow? Oh, okay. Talk to Nordok and defeat foes throughout Pineth Galeen. Alright. The dude I gotta talk to, is he over there? Let's see. Beat foes, no. Beetles. Beetles among the vines. Where is this person? Oh, over there. Alright, so we shall go east, young man. Can I even get out over here? I don't know. Nope, of course not. Mistakes were made. Alright, we gotta go out the other way of the city then. Get up onto the hill over there. Unless we can go back here some way. Can we go this way? Oh, look at that. I was being sneaky. I was being sneaky. So let's make this our quest guide focus. We'll go ahead for that one. My starting screen is still up? No, shouldn't be. No, it's not. Refresh. Maybe you got a stuck screen or something. Refresh. You should be... Yeah, Zeus has it too. So, yeah, Ange said it was good. And I trust her implicitly. She's like, you better. Yeah, really, who else is going to make me bacon? Alright, we need to defeat foes. So, let's kill some things along the way. Come here, birdie. There we go. Alright, cool. Sweet. Back in business. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Ha! You're dead. Poor kitty cat. them or me. You ever notice how in some of these newer areas now, they've started putting mobs like on the pathways or like really close to the pathways? Well, hello. Hey, Beldernick! 68 months, man. Thank you. Who be this? I thought that said who this be. It's the same thing, I guess, right? How you doing, man? Thank you for the resub. Appreciate that. Oh, wait. Game audio is a bit loud. Okay. Thank you. My production coordinator has said to pay attention to the chat more. Let me see what I can do about that. Oh, well, that's turned up kind of high. All right, let's see if maybe we can see. My problem though is like if I turn the game audio down, I don't want to like lose the music altogether though. All right, we'll try that. I turned it down a little bit, so we'll see if that helps. I wish I had a significant other who made bacon or was up in time for breakfast or even lunch for that matter. Oh shit. Ooh, the snark is real today. Ooh. Bacon. Bacon. That's for your benefit. Yeah, but when you stay up until 3 a.m. playing video games, what do you expect? Is that better on the game sounds, or is it still a little loud? I could probably. Let's see here. We could take the master volume down and then maybe bring the music up a little bit. We'll see if that helps. Hello, Mr. Goblin. Oh, our dude is over here. That's what a cup of coffee. Yeah, the coffee kind of gets you all riled up, doesn't it? Oh, here's our guy, Nordock. He looks a little upset.
Stay where you are. We don't need any more trouble here.
You assure Nordock that you're here to help and tell him that Lumar sent you. You must be looking for Igurna, eh? She's not here and I wish she was. My fields have been infiltrated by enormous beetles. They are eating up my precious grapes. You get rid of them for me and I'll tell you what I know. Wow. Beldernick, how is the new expedition? I haven't gone into it yet. One more beetle. Now what? Oh. My automatic payment to Xfinity has been completed. That's our internet service over at the RV lot. You know, so we can have a camera so that we can spy on all our neighbors. It's bugged to heck, or I could use stronger language, but this might be... Okay, I got you. It's really buggy, huh? Almost as buggy as these vineyards.
Thank goodness you came when you did. My harvest would have been devastated for the entire year otherwise. It's been overrun by goblins. Can you believe it?
Gurna came through here a few days
live.
ago and hasn't returned. She's headed off to Ritherstad. Even though I tried to warn her, it's been overrun by goblins. Can you believe it? Used to be a quiet place to live. Then all the Karens moved in, and, you know, HOAs and things, and it's terrible now. I can see in your eyes that you're determined to follow after her. You seem capable, but well, blah, 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 blah. Okay, talk to Varbris. Where is that? Over that way. Okay. All right, let's ride over there. Do I use any plugins? Yeah, I have a few. Mostly things like Deed Tracker. You can see that I have Deed Tracker. What else do we have? I don't have it loaded at the moment, but when I'm doing, like, I don't run with a lot of them unless I need them for some reason. The other one I think that I use is MoreMap. MoreMap is actually a pretty cool one. Oh, no. Oh, I just unloaded everything. Damn it. Didn't want to do that. We can load up MoreMap, and we'll put Deed Tracker back on. There we go. MoreMap is cool, because that'll show you where a lot of stuff is around the map and stuff like that. So I recommend them as, you know, just ones to, you know, help you finish stuff up and find things that you can't find, because, you know, the game is huge now. So, all right, we're going this way. Just gonna follow the little white arrow. Hey!
You leveled up. Way to go, Cupcake.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I don't have my my dashboard open here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get that up there. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Are we going this way? Yes, we're going this way. Now you want to... Yeah. Yes. There you go. See, it's all about the food around here, man. Bacon. Have you ever had bacon cupcakes? Like bacon maple cupcakes? There was a... near my office, we used to get those, like, gourmet cupcakes in all the time. Somebody'd bring in, like, a dozen of them in a box to share with the office. And, they'd be the like, you know, they had these maple, it was like a maple icing on like a chocolate cupcake, and they had like a little strip of bacon on top of it. No more cupcakes. Trying to eliminate as much sugar as possible. And once my Wii comes in tomorrow, Wii Fit every day. Wii? You have a Wii? Do those things still even work? We had a Wii. We had the Wii Fit board and all that. You're jealous of what? Oh yeah, she misses her Wii Fit. Can't you do Wii Fit on the the Switch? Your parents had it just lying around, so you just asked for it. Oh, that's sweet. Cool. All right, what's this here?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Have you come to help?
No. Oh, yes. Igurna. She came through here. She's since moved on to try to find the source of the goblins. Didn't you hear about it? She's moved on. No. Leaving me here to defend my farm on my own. Oh, God forbid. Sounds like a liberal. Well, truth be told, she directed me to flee Ost Arndir. But I shan't let my home be overrun. What do you say? Will you help me deal a blow to these scum? When you agree, Varbris' shoulders slump with relief. You have no idea how relieved I am to hear that. Now, here's my plan. These goblins are here for my cows. I love these daft girls dearly, but they are far too unworried about our new guests. Go into the fields and give them a right good smack on the rump. They'll run off a ways to safety. Yeah, Wii Fit was always cool. Honestly, like, a lot of the Wii games, even like just the original Wii Sports, was great. Because the bowling was awesome. I felt like, after a while, I felt like I was throwing my arm out of its socket because, you start like really trying to spin the ball and stuff. But you need to rebuy Wii Sports. Dude, go to like a GameStop or something and get like an old copy. You can probably find a copy for like $2. Yeah, bowling was great. We must save the cows. Slap. Oh, wow. You have to actually target the rump. Huffs in surprise and gallops off. Aloe's rump. Where's Aloe? Aloe! There's Aloe. Oh, we gotta kill the goblin, though. Dead. So the rump is actually a separate creature from the cow. Used to also love a game called Boom Blocks, which I need to rebuy also. Oh, are you gonna go look for Wii Sports on the Switch? It's probably digital, babe. You could probably download it digitally. No? Okay. Okay. Where's Alistair? Alistair. Moo moo. Moo 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 moo. Moo 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 moo. Moo. Moo moo. These cows have not been abducted by aliens. Gringa. We need to find Gringa. Moo. Moo 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 moo. Moo 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 moo. 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 Get rid of the spoiler. Glucy's rump. Return to Varbus. Okay.
You did it.
I did.
I saw my girls running for the hills.
Awesome.
Igerna went north from here, towards the mountains a few days ago. I hope she's safe and unharmed, but I fear the worst.
Okay, search for Igerna. That way. Gussie's rump? I don't think she'll like that. No, she probably wouldn't. Especially if it doesn't have any pants on it. Ow. This is the combat music? Oh my gosh. Isn't it kind of typical in this game? People go running off into the hills to go do whatever it is that they do, and then we have to come along and save them. Save them from themselves, mostly. Oh, what is this place? Another goblin camp. Ooh. Search the camp. Ah, yes. Burgle, burgle, burgle. Sneak, sneak, sneak. Good lord, there's a lot of goblins in here. I guess this is where we come to, like, farm goblins later. See, kegs for some exploding powder. Interesting. What's over here? Nothing over here. The dead end. Yet another cave. Search the cave for Igurna. Hello. Oh, there she is. That's her. She's locked in a cage.
Happiest of greetings upon you.
You have no
You
idea
have no
how...
idea how good it is to see a face that's not of goblin kind.
I pray you are friend and not foe. You explained that Lumar sent you and her shoulders slump with relief, but then she winces at some pain in her side. Excuse me for not rising. My injury pains me greatly.
If I could, I would hug you. But the door to my cage is locked tight.
I've only seen it unlocked with keys the overseers have. I just killed one. Can I get the key off the one that I just killed? That would be nice. Oh, there he is. All right, he's back.
Freedom! Thank you, my new friend.
Freedom!
Oh,
Did I do that?
trapped in there
Sorry.
for
Was that too
days.
loud?
Much as I wish to be free of this dank place, we still have work to do.
Collect barrels of black powder. Okay. 3 of them. Alrighty. Oh. 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 Damn it! Damn with the fire! Fire! It burns us, precious. Ooh, a chest. Wow, I actually lost a lot of health there, man. That fire is nasty. Probably like sticky fire. Ooh, he missed with his fire. What the hell's that all about? Dead end. Ooh. Anybody know where that hole leads? There does appear to be, like, is that a ladder or is that like a, no, don't go down there kind of thing? It looks like a don't go down there kind of thing, so alright, that's fine. Oh, ow! This is actually it's a pretty good sized cave cavern thing in here. This is pretty wild. Oh, there's another black powder. This guy. Yeah, that fire does some nasty damage, man. Alright, we got them all. Blow up the southwestern tunnel. Okay. Yay, we get to blow things up with the power. Awesome. Southwestern tunnel. Would that be this one over here? Yes? There we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is the hole we were just at, so we gotta blow it up. Blow it up! Oh, hello. The tunnel is blocked. Okay, blow up the western tunnel. Interesting, they make you do these all in like a specific order. Usually it's like, okay, here's 3 things to go blow up, and you can kind of like blow them up at your own leisure if you choose to. Blow up the northwestern tunnel. Hey, can we burgle stuff? I want to try to... I never... My burgling sucks lately. It really does. What do we get? Oh, well, that's cool. We got an Aethelus essence. That's nice. Northwestern tunnel. Oh, I guess this is it. Oh, spotted. Oh no. The jig! She is up! Okay. Do we go back through here? No, I don't think we do. Where do we go? Where do we go from here? This way. I think this is the way out. That is not the way out. Well, darn it. I goofed. Where's the way out? Guess it must have been that other tunnel. There it is. See, all I had to do was look, and it's like, oh, okay, there's the cave entrance. Alright, so she's outside the cave now. Somewhere. She's gonna be all like, we need to do more. Where's she? Oh, she's up there. Oh, I'm dying.
I heard the explosions from here. May that make them think twice about coming to the lands of Gondor. Word of the goblins must be brought to Ost-Ondir. But my wound will make my journey a slow one.
Report to Lumar in Ost-Ondir. Okay. I can do that. Ow! Oh man, with the freaking fire already. Jeez. Goblins love their little fire pots, man. Alright, so that is not... we're heading way over there. We need to go back over to town. The main town. And then what else do we have? Talk to Hebron outside the northern entrance of the keep of Ost-Arndir. Okay, so yeah, we have these two to turn in over here, and then we'll, so we can continue on with the epic a little bit more. We'll see where that takes us. Hey Zeus, didn't you say you finished In League and Ale Association this go around? Congratulations. Did you go buy the horse? You know, the drunk horse. After 9 years. Have you never completed either one on any character, like, ever? You've never had full rep on those? Yell at you on stream? Okay. Okay. Are you streaming later? You're gonna stream later, right? And we'll ride around the back here. We'll actually go... oh, hello. There's some nice ruins up there. We'll have to check those out too, maybe. Did one run for the In League about 8 years ago. On only one character. So when you say you did one run, like you literally just like did the initial run or something like that, and that was it? Like from the party tree, and you do the beer crawl, the pub crawl, and that was it? Wow. Such a diehard Lotro fan you are. Let's put that up there. Alright, we need to find the... oh, wait. Where? No. The up top here? No. Where is he? Did I totally miss him? There's a cat down there. Okay, that's a different person.
We will do our best to repair and rebuild what we can.
Upakir's allies rescue at Pahor Boha and scouting Pahor Boha. That's probably that place to the north of us.
We'll do our best to repair and rebuild what we can.
Scout the gates, rescue imprisoned warriors, and pass plans to allies. Okay. It's festival stuff. Yeah, that's right. You're not really big on festival things. I'll tell you what, though. I mean, there is a lot of stuff to be gained by doing festivals, and you know, and of course, I mean, In League and Ale Association. I mean, those have been around since the earliest days, right? As far as, you know, reputation groups and stuff like that. But like, That's one of those ones where, like, you have once you finish it, you can't really do it again. You could, but like, for example, like you could do, I think you can still do the pub crawls without losing any reputation with either faction, right? But like, once you complete both factions, like, you don't want to do like deliveries or anything anymore because you just, because it'll ruin it. I mean, you can fix it. It's not that hard to fix. It's just, it's a pain in the butt once you get it done, and then you don't want to break the reputation.
I am grateful
max.
for your service on behalf of Ost-Andir and the Lady Norio.
You have taken care of some foes of Pineth Galeen. I am grateful for your service on behalf of Ost-Arndir and the Lady Noriel. I see why the king has made you a part of his traveling company. Talk to Thorongil outside of the keep of Ost-Arndir. Okay. Oh, there he is. Do you often befriend liars and encourage them to speak untruths? Because Orgalas here told me something surprising, and there is no way it could be true. He says that King Elisar adventured with my grandsire Hirluin in Umbar many years ago, and that he is the Thorongil for whom I was named. Needed leather helmet. Yeah, that's crap. He's just making it up. One look at the king tells me he could not be old enough to have been of fighting age when my grandsire Hirluin adventured to Umbar. To think Orgalas believes I would fall for such a falsehood. I tell you, I am smarter than that. Yay. But it is true. I'm not lying. I heard King Elisar say he was the very same Thorongil that adventured with Hirluin and Forlong in Umbar so many years ago. It is true. Tell him I wish Thorongil would believe me, but he's going to make me take me to see the Wave Hunter where it sits at dock, and I do want to see the ship my father left to me. So, you tell the boys they should not go alone, but they pay you no mind. Bye, kids. You should tell someone where they plan to go. Oh, boy. Now that your main is endgame and has little landscape stuff to do, you'll start being a completionist for other stuff. Well, there you go. There you go. Pub crawl is how I had to finish it off. It's the only thing that gives only positive rep. Yeah. You usually, that's like, you keep doing, because you'll get like, I think you get like 4,400 rep per day if you do all 11 deliveries for both factions, right? So you can build it up pretty quick that way. But then, yeah, when you and then of course you can do the pub crawls every day as well. But then, yeah, you finish it up at the pub crawls and max them out.
You leveled up. Way to go, Cupcake.
Yes, way to go, Cupcake. Super Hess, you too. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. All right, where are we heading? We go inside. I see a ring. Let's go inside here. Let's see what's up.
What? Orgalas has left the keep with Nauriel's son? Already?
Already? We only just arrived. How can he have already slipped my watch and disappeared? You tell Darum that the boys intended to see the Wave Hunter where it is docked, and he breathes a sigh of relief. That is not far from here to the east. Quickly now. Yeah, you're moving so quick there, buddy. It's like that annoying faction in Mordor, which I also had to do recently. Falshambal, yes. Yeah, Falshambal is the same way. That's a pain in the butt place. You've got to, yeah, you gotta work those two factions and do something for this faction. It's bad for that faction, and vice versa. But they do have like a daily one or something like that that gets you rep without losing rep on the other faction. So there's that. All right, what do we got here? Down here. There's a ring somewhere around here. All right, here's Lumar.
You return with the scent of black powder about you, but looking none the worse for wear. Did you find Igerna?
You hand him the report and explain what you found. He takes it from you and reads it gravely. It seems we owe you great thanks for your actions in Krauschhof and across Pineth Gelin. I shall send knights to deal with the remaining goblins and a horse for Igerna, that she might not have to walk all the way back. You are true to your reputation, and lucky we are that you arrived when you did. Yes. Oh, hey, rep. Speaking of reputation, right? Where are you now in Middle-earth? Is that like a Where's Waldo kind of question? Virtue cap. Oh, hey. We have reached a virtue cap. Hold on a second. Is that for, no, for wit? No, we were doing determination again. Oh, I must have been trying to max these out since we hit max level. So, let's see here. Confidence would be next. Okay, yeah, we got a couple of levels to hit max on these. So, that's what we were doing. I was working on wit for like the longest time, and I found, because wit was one that they added later on, and I finally got that. That's at like 79 out of 96. But then I was like, oh, okay, well, I should probably work on the ones that I actually have slotted currently. And then it was my plan, I think, to swap wit in for something else, but I'm not quite sure what. Probably zeal. We don't really need the boost to might, but the finesse and crit rating and physical and tactical mastery would be good for that. Not so much tactical, but you understand what I'm saying. Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? Don't know. I just thought if there's a Middle-earth map and you are playing somewhere, it looked like... Oh, no. Okay. Are you new to the game? I'll show you where I am, because I'm a nice guy like that. And I love this game, so I love sharing it with people. So we are in Pineth Gelin. You're new. Okay. That's fine. Everybody's new at some point, right? Which is in Outer Gondor. Which is in Gondor. Which is in Middle-earth. So we're down in this area over here in Gondor. And Western Gondor, and so in this part of the game, I'm working my way back through Outer Gondor. If we go to Pineth Gelin, so this is Outer Gondor, and then we can zoom in on that. But anyway, you'll see this area here. So Anfilas, right? We're working our way towards the section where a lot of the newer content is, like Haradwaith and whatnot. I'm still behind. I'm on the old the content that was the Corsairs expansion, right? So I'm just kind of working through that. But that's where we're at. We're in Outer Gondor at the most at this point. Things like the Bay of Belfalas, where the housing is that we've had down there for forever, around Dol Amroth. This quest line basically takes you through from Minas Tirith back through all of these areas, through central Gondor, through into western Gondor, and then you travel up and over this way into Anfilas and Pineth Gelin. This is my first time through this content, too, so it's all very new to me. So I tend to read a lot. I talk a lot. We eat a lot. There's a lot of food around here. Things like that. All right, what are we looking for here? So, complete some of those quests. All right, let's take that wrapper off of there, and we can see where we got to go. Oh, they wanted to go down by the boat. That's right. Okay, so let's go down by the boat. See, we did it again. We went down the wrong way. Bacon! I know, right? I've had like 5 slices of bacon this morning. It's glorious. Is there really any other meat than bacon? I mean, seriously. So the kids went down to the dock to go see the boat. That's where we're gonna head to. The kids. Little cabin. I wonder why this is here. They don't just put these things here for no reason, you know. Oh, okay, here's the ship. Very nice. Oh, look at that. Darum even got here before us. Orgolas peers up at the rigging of the Wave Hunter.
I told him not to do it, but he would not listen to me.
Now he's halfway up the rigging of the Wave Hunter, even though I told him he should not climb it. It's my ship, given to me by my father, and Thorngil should do what I say and not what I forbid concerning it.
What if he falls? At least Orgolas has sense enough to stay on solid ground.
I am not burdened with the duty of protecting Thorngil. Still, I do not want him to fall, but thank the Valar, it is not Orgolas up there. Lady Mara would cook me on a spit, serve me to her guests. I know, these kids are little shits, aren't they? Kids these days, you know, what are you supposed to do? I blame bad parenting. I always blame bad parenting. Kids are bad because their parents just don't pay attention. High above you, Thorngil clings to the rigging of the Wave Hunter. Okay. From the deck of the Wave Hunter, beckon for Thorngil to come down. Come down! Come back! Come back! I'll never let go, Jack. Where is he? I don't see him. Where's the little bastard? Wait. Oh, I guess I have to be in a certain spot. Do you see him in the rigging? I don't see him. Oh, there he is. I was wondering where he was. So do we have to highlight him? I guess we do. Why should I? Thorngil calls down to you. Oh, man, he's going to be one of these kids, right? Playing the role of Rose. Thorngil grudgingly descends to the deck of the Wave Hunter. There you go. You know, I saw something recently. Apparently, James Cameron went back to settle the dispute of whether or not they could have survived if she had let Jack onto the door, right? Because she was, you know, so she gets onto the door. Jack gets, you know, he tries to climb up onto the door and he can't climb onto the door because, you know, it feels like it's going to capsize kind of thing, right? So, you know, Jack stays in the water. He freezes to death. You know, I'll never let go, Jack, all that kind of stuff, right? So apparently, to sort of settle the internet question of whether or not Jack would have lived and they would have both survived, apparently Jack would have lived. Spoilers! I know, right? Oh my god. If you haven't seen Titanic yet, what is wrong with you?
You worry too much. I was not in any danger.
But even if I was, I would not be afraid. I am no coward. I was named for the great hero Thorngil, sword brother of my grandsire Hirluin, and mighty hero of Gondor. He warred with Umbar many years ago, and I have heard from the men-at-arms of Ost-Arndir that even today, the Umbarim tremble when they speak his name. I'm going to follow in his footsteps as soon as I am old enough to become a knight of the Green Hills. And that is the truth, unlike whatever lies Orgolas insists on telling. To think King Elisar might be the same man as Thorngil of old? Pig slop. I tire of this ship anyway. Orgolas's mother sent the Wave Hunter here during the war, and it did not even see any fighting. What a waste that is. It's only been 27 years, I know, right? Alright, talk to Orgolas. Has it been that long? You know that when the 30th anniversary comes around, they'll put it in theaters again because they have to make more money off of it. It is still one of my favorite movies of all time. It is such a masterpiece of cinematic production. It is not. I mean, you know, people are gonna be like, oh, it's this, it's that. Well, I don't know. I still think it's great. I am a fan of James Cameron and his films. I think The Abyss is probably my favorite movie of all time. So yeah, there's that. Cat What? Dude. I know what it is. She doesn't want to see what's her face naked on the couch. That's what it is, right? Too long or too awkward? I don't know. Is that an awkward scene? I don't think it's an awkward scene. I think it's a very awesome scene. Did you know that the drawing that is actually attributed to Jack was actually drawn by James Cameron? Like, he drew that drawing of Rose. Paint me like one of your French girls. That's right. You didn't know that? Yes. The drawing of Rose on the couch in the study with the candlestick. No. With the jewel that is attributed to Jack in the movie, that drawing and the hands that you see actually doing the drawing work is actually James Cameron. He drew that. So yeah, little movie trivia for you there.
I suppose we should return to Ostandir.
Thorengil and I are about the same age, but I think he is... I don't know. Orgolas kicks a small stone into the water, and the ripples run up against the side of the Wave Hunter before dispersing. He is rather childish, isn't he? He says he will soon become a knight of the Green Hills, but I think he is too rash and too unthinking and too... Oh, I don't know. A proper knight should not be any of those things. He does not give a thought for any of his people and speaks only of his own glory. And I was telling the truth about King Elisar. I suppose we should return to Ost-Arndir. Okay. Wow, we have to go all the way down around there, huh? Oh, there's a stable there, so that's cool. I don't know if we've been to Mirham before, though. So, be cool if you could get on this boat and it would take you across the water. That would be awesome. We'll ride around. We'll go do those quests. I mean, some of the greatest films, I think, you know, that... I mean, look at Avatar. Obviously, the whole Avatar thing is all his. The Terminator series is his. I mean, you know, he's had his hand in so many great things over the years. You know, The Abyss. The Abyss being like literally like my favorite movie like of all time. It's such a fantastic movie. The amount of work they put into the production for that was pretty amazing. The acting was pretty good, I thought, you know, all that kind of stuff. But it was a good story and very interesting stuff. But they never did anything after that. Like it was one of those ones that was just like a one-shot standalone that they never... There was no need, you know. They told the story. There was no need to do anything more with it. They didn't have to make any more money off of it or anything like that. You know, they just... It was just a good movie, a good story. Now, I still have not seen I guess whatever the latest Avatar was, The Way of Water. Is that what it's called? I have not seen that one yet. I don't know if Cameron's actually involved in all these latest Avatar things. I don't know if he's still doing that. Obviously, the original was his, but I think even the second one. But I don't know about these newer ones. I'll have to look them up. Here's an interesting thing for you too. So like we've been watching the series House. Have you ever watched House? We have 1 episode remaining. And if anybody spoilers in the chat, I'm gonna like ban you for life. But yeah, so we've been watching that, and that's been really good. Talk about a TV series that's really great. These UK crosswind landings are no joke. What? Just landed Inverness, dude. You can practice that shit all you want. Freaking crosswind landings everywhere. Oh, wait a minute. There's a road. There's a road here. There's got to be something. Is there something over here? Oh, there's some ore. I'll take that. Still managed to pull off a 138 1.12. Was it a highly unstabilized approach like yesterday? We have discovered Bergraw. What is Bergraw? It was a great landing and recovery from that approach. Well, okay.
Hello and welcome to Bergraw.
Welcome to Bergraw.
We produce Pinneth Geddon's prized Calengarin.
Bottles were sent up to the table of the king and his lady themselves for the wedding. Have you tried it? Yes, we pride ourselves on our wine. However, this season's batches are in serious peril. So much has been going strangely lately on our green hills. Talk of goblins and southerns. Something happened to a Cornworth farm, and I haven't been able to get yeast from them for months. I've had to make do with yeast made from our very own grapes. It'll change the flavor, but will still be Bergraw worthy, of course. The only problem is I can't get near the barrel the yeast is growing in to collect it. One bee sting could mean my death. My own Gran had her throat close up because of it many years back. We've all been careful since. Maybe you can help. I have some honey to distract the bees. Okay. Bees. Stinging bee swarm. Well, that's nice. There's the honey pot. Okay, honey pot. Place the honey pot or collect the yeast. Well, this is interesting. Is this meant to keep you busy for a while? Interrupts inductions. Nice. And there's nothing to target. Oh, there we go. Okay. Nope, you can't target him. What happens if I hang out way over here? Can I get it from here? No. Place the honey pot. Place the honey pot a ways away from the barrel of grapes. Okay, so where's... Oh, that's where it goes. The honey pot goes in the honey spot. Ah. Yes, lure them away. Thank you. Told you I'm a little slow at this stuff.
Ooh, you hustled like a bee was in your britches for sure.
Yes. Bee in my britches. Alright, that's done. Who dis? Who dat? How you doing, Graham? What's going on, man? Welcome to Sunday morning Lotro coffee stream. No. Oh, you know what? I don't even have any coffee right now. I gotta get some more coffee. Because, you know, coffee. was so busy eating my my breakfast. Finished that. I had juice with my breakfast. Like, so here's the thing. How many of you can drink like hot liquids? Oh, hello, bear. With like your breakfast, like your food, right? Like, I can't do that. Like, I can't like, cause I have a tendency to wash down my food. Probably not a good thing. You has coffee, awesome. But like, I can't like have hot liquids with my meals. Like, I need like cold beverages. Like I said, I wash down my food, so you know that's probably not a good thing anyway. It's late afternoon for you. Oh, okay. Oh, hey. We go up this way. Aggressive Green Hills boar. Oh, hey. Let me up there. Get me away from this pig. There we go. There is a place over here. There it is. Man, this is like way off over here. I didn't even tag that stable. We came up the wrong way. Yeah, Beldurnik is a time traveler. This is true. Y'all living in the future. Grandpa and I here living normal lives on the West Coast. Right. Oh, hey, look at this. Hara Dream Warrior. Alright. It would seem that we have found a fortress. Alright, so before I go in and start killing stuff, I'm going to grab a cup of coffee. Don't go away. I'll be right back. I have returned. And not only do I have coffee, I have bacon. Because bacon. It's not even 9 a.m. yet. Wow. You guys are so living in the past. Yes, kitty cat. All right, kitty cat is freaking out over here. Now, I'm assuming... Oh, there we go. Pahur Boha. Sneaky, sneaky. The southwest gate has a commanding view of the area. Any attackers will be easily spotted. Except me. Past plans to allies. Okay. Now we need to rescue some imprisoned warriors. Hey, speaking of bacon, how are you, bacon? I'm currently eating bacon. It's gonna be like an oh my kind of moment. No. All right, what we got here? An imprisoned warrior. There we go. You are free. Be free. You know, we don't eat a lot of bacon around here anymore. We've been trying to eat a lot healthier. Yesterday's dinner, for example, was we had some fish, some sort of like breaded encrusted fish kind of thing. Some hash browned potatoes, but like they were literally like she like shredded the potatoes up, or like real potatoes up herself, and then just cooked them very lightly, kind of thing, just to sort of brown them up a little bit, and then on top of that, some like a Mediterranean vegetable mix that we really enjoy. Panko and pecans. There you go. And this morning we have hazelnut coffee with my usual, Coffee Mate vanilla creamer. All right, I want the chest, so we're gonna pick this guy's pocket first. Oh, got an essence. Very nice. In the box. Wait, what? Refresh for the audio? Well, I was having some audio issues when we first started the stream today. Hopefully things are okay right now. Got the cat to eat spinach yesterday? What the hell? What the hell kind of a cat parent are you? Oh, wait. Oh, cat. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Cat parent. Did I say that? Oh, boy. Yeah, I guess I'm not getting invited to Thanksgiving dinner this year. Basically, am a cat parent. Yes, you are. Angie's dying in the other room. Yes, just those little times where we read things that we shouldn't read the way that we read them. Hey! Ow! Ooh. Ah. Die. Scout the southeast gate. Okay, so I guess we have to go to another gate over this way. Thank you. Is she still laughing back there? Yes, she was. It's weird hearing you only on one side. Oh, you know what? I do know why that is. I know why that is. You're not mistaken. Now, it's interesting. All right, so you must be listening on headphones. So this... Well, wait a minute. Yeah, so this microphone... That's weird. You know, but now that you mention it, I see that on the... Hold on a second. We shall remedy this situation. Let's see here. Mono. There we go. Would you look at that? Yeah, the game sounds are probably fine, but it sounded like I was just coming from one side, yeah? We should be okay now. Why did nobody else point this out to me this morning? I mean, seriously. Oh, it sounds really good, doesn't it? Well, okay, so I'm basically on probably what is the best professional microphone that I have, because I ran into some problems with my old Blue Yeti Pro. It's finally shit the bed, I think, for the last time, and just locked up and wasn't doing well. So I tried resetting things, it just wasn't working. So for right now, I have the Focusrite USB interface out, and this is my Stellar X microphone. It's a very nice condenser microphone. Probably don't take care of it as well as I should, but clearly it still probably sounds real. Everything for the butter voice, right? You're like, dude, it didn't sound that good. Shut up. But yeah, there are some settings in OBS for things like that. So, being as how most like USB microphones, if you know, they're usually going to be like a 2-channel stereo mic, or at least internally, they will output to both left and right channels for Windows, and then of course that gets translated into OBS that way. For this being an XLR microphone, it's only 1-channel mic, and no, it is the way that it is. All right, found what we need. Oh no, scout the southeast gate. Isn't this it? Yes, southeast gate faces trees and large boulders. These could be used to hide an approaching force. Okay, so I guess this is where the attack will come from. Return. All right, so we need to go back to town. So let's go to this stable here first. Tag that, and then we can run that back to the town. Departing Inverness. Your first waypoint is Gussie. No shit, really? Ain't that a thing? Maybe it's pronounced Goosey. Oh. Is there actually like a preferred path from here? Without like jumping off of a cliff? I guess there is. Watch your trues. Your what? Truesers? Is that what you're talking about? Truesers? Isn't that like that's a Scottish thing, I think. There was a so we one of the things we did, we you have discovered Meerham. Okay. Meerham, oh, is over here. All right. Tag this stable. Yes, Trues' trousers. So we were watching The Amazing Race. We didn't rewatch. We watched for the first time the episodes of what was the season that began
There's always work
before
to be done.
COVID, and then they shut the whole race down, and then started it back up like 2 years later, and then finished the race.
Hello. Oh, most excellent. You're just who I need.
Oh, wonderful. And so one of the reasons we decided to watch it was because we had learned that the winners were actually some internet folks that we watch. If you've ever watched The Holderness Family, they do a whole ton of stuff. They got a couple of different channels, but mostly they just the dude makes like really good like parody videos of other stuff, and you know, like, I mean, he's basically the second coming of Weird Al. If you've ever, you know, if you like Weird Al Yankovic and stuff and his old songs and things. So we having, you know, being a bit of fans of them, we're like, oh wow, it turns out they won, and we're like, oh okay, well we'll watch the whole series, because we had just gotten done watching the most recent series, and Ange had never watched the show before. And I was always a big fan in the early days. I always liked The Amazing Race. I thought it was cool. They always went to really cool places, and they had really good scenery and stuff like that they did, and of course it was nice watching people do the races. So so one of the things that they did was in, I believe it was in Scotland. They had to do kind of a skit, song skit that they had to dance, and the word trousers was part of the song that they did in there. So something where's your trousers and whatever. So I'd never heard that word before, but now I know what trousers is, and of course here we are. So there you go. Long roundabout way to get there. Like turtle shells. All right, we'll do some of these things while we're here. It looks like there's a couple of quests here.
Help! Oh, have you seen my baby? My little girl is missing.
Oh, great. Somebody else not keeping track of their kids. That fool of a child is always wandering off pretending to be a knight like her older sister. All right. Into the children. Oh, good lord. Do we have to go to the island? Donald, where's your trousers? I think that was the line in the song. Donald, where's your trousers? Something like that. They had to like dress up in a kilt and do the whole thing, like and do this like little skit thing that they did and sing this song, and they had to get the song like perfect. Kind of cool. You know, kilts and stuff. I want to dress up in a kilt. I have a kilt. Oh, dude. When you were here, you never got to see it, did you? I wasn't going to put it on for you. But I, you know, that's the thing. Like, you've never seen it, right? Or maybe you saw a picture of it. I don't know. You've never seen it at all, even in a picture? Just in pictures. Okay, I got you. Well, maybe the next time you come to Florida, I will show you the family kit. Hey, Sneakies, how you doing, man? What's going on? We need 3 more turtle shells. Does this snapper count? Can't hit it. That's interesting. Ow! Yeah, come on. Come on. Come and get me, big boy. Uh-huh. That's right. You're gonna bleed your ass out over there. Watch it. Aw, what a shame. Look, there's a little, see, there's a snapper here, but I can't hit him. Can't hit him. Yep, they do count. Ouch. I'm sure there's a picture of it being on the disc. Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a picture. But Zeus had come to visit us a couple months ago, and it was one of those things. I guess, you know, it's like, hey, you're here, you might as well see it while you're here. And I guess I never really thought of it. Next time. Oh, there she is. Miss America. Isn't the Miss America contest going on now? Not a thing. Thought I saw something about that this morning.
Oh, hello. Did Mother send you?
Did Mother send you?
Clearing a path through those awful turtles.
Sounds like she has a bit of a cold in her nose.
When Mother said that they were bigger, I never thought. Well, I can get home on my own now, but please, I lost my sword. It was a gift from Kangwen, and she always says a knight doesn't leave their sword on the ground. But when the turtles showed up, I stabbed at one of them, and it got stuck in the shell, and please find Thumb Cleaver. Oh my god. I think I ran here from over that way, and she waves an arm toward the north and swap. Thumb Cleaver. God. I want to see a full runway walk with it on, pose and turn at the end on the catwalk. I'm too sexy for my kilt. Too sexy for my kilt. So sexy it's on full tilt. I don't know. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now what are we looking for? We gotta go. Where is it? Oh, it's over this way. Oh. Problem is, y'all don't want to see my bony ass knees underneath of a kilt, that's for sure. Thumb Cleaver. Truly a sword of renown. Bring the sword to Dorok. Oh, okay. Well, wait. Yeah. Right here. Don't tell me this shit's broke. Bring the sword to Dorok at Mirham. Okay, so... Oh my god. When turtles attack... Alright, so we need to go back to the mainland. See, that's not good. They left her up there, and, like, she's not supposed to be up there anymore. We have to, sloppy programming. Hey, Vet, what's going on, man? How are you on this fine Sunday morning? Sick? Oh no. That's not cool. Please don't tell me you like caught the Rona or something. Because, you know, there's a shot for that. Don't get me started. Because you know how it is around here. Once I get rolling, man, you're all in trouble. And then everybody leaves, and then I'm sad, and then, you know, and then next thing you know, it's the next Sunday again. All right, what do we got here?
Welcome back, welcome back. Ah, do you have them? Oh, you certainly smell like you do.
Yes. Back to school crap. Oh, okay. Little petri dishes got you sick, did they?
You found it! You found Thumb Cleaver! Oh, thank you! Thank you!
I think I'm going to train a bit closer to home from now on until I'm at least taller than those turtles.
Words alone cannot express my thanks to you, traveler. I hope she's learned her lesson.
Happens every year. Like I said, there's a shot for that too. Honestly, I've never had a flu shot. Now, I don't know if you got influenza going on or whatever, but anyway, like, I have never had a flu shot in my life. Now, I have gotten sick with like a flu-like thing from time to time. Now, I never had coronavirus, so, you know, COVID. Ange and I have been lucky enough to avoid that bullet. It's not flu, it's viral. Well, flu is viral. It's just another viral thing. Influenza. The virus of champions. All right. So that one's done. All right, let's do that. Okay, now we got to go back to the main town. There.
We will do our best to repair and rebuild what we can.
Ost-Arndir. I had it, and it kicked my arse and bronchitis at the same time. They ganged up on you. Yeah, bronchitis, man. Bronchitis is a bastard all by itself. Yeah, so, like, of course, you know, at the time that COVID started coming around and, you know, everybody was working from home and, you know, they finally, you know, here's the you know, the shots for it, the immunizations for it. And we did, I think I did 3 rounds. We did, I did the first, we did the rounds that we had to do. Because the other thing too is, you know, we were in the midst of traveling, right? And, of course, there was things at some point where it's like, you literally were not allowed to enter a certain state or whatever unless you had your COVID shots and stuff like that. And nowadays, I mean, with what I know, like, see, I basically would treat COVID shots these days the same as I would treat a flu shot. And I don't know. I wouldn't, like I said, I don't go in for this whole get a flu shot every year. Not something I've ever thought I needed. I usually tend to have a pretty solid constitution, you know. So I don't know. I think I would lump them together. You've had COVID twice, but the second time I would not have known if I didn't have a test. It just felt like a mild flu, nothing special. Okay. Now, it's not to say that I haven't been sick with something since all that happened. But I've never gotten sick and then taken a COVID test and been positive for COVID. So that's never happened. I have been sick and took a COVID test and was not positive for COVID. So there, you know, it was like, okay, I had a flu or whatever it was.
We must not take these days for granted.
Given time, COVID will become endemic just like the flu and seasonal cold. Yeah, I agree. And again, it's one of those things where, I mean, I don't know, maybe in another 10 or 15 years when I'm in my 70s or something like that, and, it's like, okay, well, maybe getting a flu shot isn't so bad. Yeah, I think I would have to probably go through like a really bad bout with flu at some point in the future in order to be like, okay, if I had done a flu shot, it probably wouldn't have been so bad, right? But every single year, flu shots are a guess, right? They guess at what strains are going to be good or bad or whatever. And, my personal feeling is that, the human body is an amazing device. It really is. Our immune system, now granted, I know some people have compromised immune systems, so there's that, right? I totally get it. But for the most part, if you're a generally healthy person and your immune system is working properly, getting sick maybe once, you'll get the flu this go around this year or something like that, and, okay, now your body will fight it off and learn how to fight it off, and now you won't get that one again, right? That's how it's supposed to work. It's how it's worked for, I don't know, millennia, right? It's the nasty stuff that you like, bacterial infections and things like that. That sometimes you need, antibiotics help with that, right? Because basically those things multiply and whatever faster than your body can fight them off or learn how to fight them off. You're generally pro. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm with you there, Graham. I'm not anti-vaccine. I definitely believe in the vaccine science. I think my biggest problem with COVID was that they pushed through like these mRNA things, very quickly to try to get approval. They were emergency approvals, right? So they didn't go through all of the long, rigorous, like multi-year long trials and things that these things normally would go through. Now, we've had a lot of years with this now. We've had, 5 years with COVID and X number, however many of those we've had, we've had the vaccines out and stuff like that. So there's a lot of data on them. But if there's one thing that we do know is that their efficacy definitely does fade over time. So, the protection that they provide, like you said, it's going to be like the flu, and you'll start to see that they'll start lumping, and maybe they already do, the annual flu shot, they'll start lumping COVID stuff in there as well. So let's see. Ads. Yep. Ads. Now, here's a question for those of you who may be still watching and have ads and whatever, if you can still see or hear me. When I watch other channels on Twitch, like there are times where the ads like move to the upper corner of the window, right? They like, and you can still see me while the ad is going on. But then the ad is like on the major thing that's like in front in your face, right? They got a lot of things wrong during COVID. Yeah, you won't get any arguments from me about that statement. But again, I mean, in some ways, you think about it and you go, okay, well, when was the last time something like that swept across the planet, right? When was the last time we had this? We have 8 billion people on the planet now, right? And our social interactions and all those kinds of things that we have, people flying from country to country day after day, it was only a matter of time before something came along and did what COVID did. I think just the way that a lot of it was handled was just bad. Don't have ads, got turbo. There you go. See, that's what the other thing that you could do is you could also subscribe to my channel and then there would be no ads. Just saying. Shameless plug there.
Have you a moment?
What would you require of me?
What would you require of me? But
What
I'm
must
definitely,
you
like I said,
require of me?
I'm not anti-vax in any way, shape, or form. I do believe in vaccination tech. I believe it's saved millions of lives over the years, I'm sure. Now, it's interesting because we live in Florida, and of course, one of the big announcements this past week or so was that Florida is going to, they're going to remove all vaccine mandates in the state. And there's a lot of uproar about that, right? And, my initial feeling is I'm kind of with the state on it because, I mean, if you know me, I'm somewhat conservative and, don't tell me what to do with my body, my property, my everything, right? The government, I'm for less government interference in a lot of things. And that includes stuff like, it's like, if I don't like the fact that the government would come along and tell me, you must inject this into your body. Period. Right? There's that. I think what it really has to happen, and people are like, oh my gosh, they're gonna, now nobody's gonna get vaccinated in the state of Florida. No, I don't think that that's gonna happen. I still think people are gonna go to their doctors. They're gonna have their children. The doctors are gonna say, here's these vaccinations. These, whatever. This is the vaccinations. And what? It's just they're not going. I mean, because the mandate is really tantamount to. The government going door to door and holding you down and injecting something into your body. Right? Think about that, right? So I'm not for government mandates, but I do believe that the vaccination tech is solid if given that the vaccines have the right tests and trials and all that kind of stuff and that they're deemed safe. And I think a lot happened with the COVID stuff so fast that they weren't able to determine that they were really, truly safe. And a lot of people suffered because of it. The timeline of mRNA is rather interesting. First discovered and identified in the 70s, and then there were a lot of attempts to use it for medical purposes, but nobody could make it work. So researchers mostly gave up on it by the mid-90s. But a few dogged researchers kept plugging away and made major breakthroughs in the early 2000s. They then took the very slow road to get it right with various applications. So in 2020, there was at least 15 years of institutional experience working with mRNA. So it isn't like it came. No, I do believe that it didn't come out of nowhere, but I don't think that. I mean, again, they didn't. They were really under the gun, and as you saw, any of the mRNA vaccinations that came around during COVID were really basically still listed as experimental vaccines. They weren't tried and true like, some of the older vaccines that, we know and trust, and, things like polio and measles and, a lot of the other vaccines that have been around for a long time, that are proven effective and have, it's like, I was vaccinated for measles a long time ago. I don't really have any. I'm pretty sure that my immune system is pretty up to date on, keeping measles out of my body, or at least, whatever, killing measles before it can kill me, or whatever the case may be. But anyway, those vaccines are a lot more tried and true. I think the mRNA stuff, while it's probably very promising tech to move forward with, I don't think there was enough time for them to really dig into, to put some trials together and be able to really determine that they were truly safe for everyone, right? Now, granted, there's always going to be somebody in the population that's going to have an adverse reaction to something like that. It just has to be understood that there are going to be people that will have a problem with a particular vaccine or medication, whatever. We're all different, right? We all have a different genetic code, and I'm sure that they strive to get it right for everyone, but they won't. Some people will suffer and or die, and they did. It's just there was a lot more with COVID, and I think that the vaccines just weren't tested well enough. before they started to really mass release them to the public. And they were like, well, it's good enough, right? It's good enough. And if we don't release them and we don't start giving them to people, then more people will die, right? I think that was the big fear. And it's kind of what they sold to everybody was, you know, it's good enough right now that we can give this to everybody and we'll save more lives than we'll lose if we don't. And I think, and on top of that, you know, the pharmaceutical companies made billions of dollars off of, you know, the government payments for all of that and whatever. So, you know, I'm a firm believer that there is that there is no incentive to cure diseases in the world right now. Pharmaceutical companies simply continue to treat diseases because it's more profitable to do so. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway. What do we got going on here? Folly at Pahor Baha. Okay, we don't need to read that one. That's not a main one. We'll do that. Have had COVID and flu jabs every year since 2021. Somewhat compulsory over here in the UK. Plus, once one gets over a certain age, it's a take it nag from the medical services. Final implementations in 20 and 21 were rushed and experimental, but people across the world were desperate. Yeah, like I said, yeah, I think that was really what the narrative was that they pushed out was that yes, these are experimental. It's why they protected all the pharmaceutical companies by saying, okay, we're gonna mass purchase billions of doses of this medication, and you know everybody can get the jab, right? And you know they felt that it was going to save more lives giving out this experimental vaccine rather than waiting longer for more trials, more tests, more certainty that it was going to have less problems. They figured it would save more lives by doing that. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, hindsight's 20/20 on all that kind of stuff. By the time the shots came out, COVID had changed and was less deadly. That's true too. Yeah, you're right about that, Vet. You know, and that's the thing too. Yeah, the mutations happen. You know, and I think, you know, there's probably the one thing about all of this stuff that's great is that I think about occasionally is that there are probably people in the world that have never gotten a shot and never gotten COVID just because they have some sort of a natural immunity. The problem with that is that we will never know who those people are, right? We will, because they're not going to get sick with it, so they're not going to need to get treated for it. So we'll just simply never know, and they will just be people that just never got COVID, right? Kind of how that goes. And that's what sucks, because it's like, okay, somebody has a natural immunity, and if you could study that person for any length of time, you're like, oh my gosh, here's the solution, right? Turn to the northern entrance of the keep. Okay, Hebron stares at you with apprehension.
The boys are safe? Thank the Valar.
A scout has just arrived from Tum Rost, driving his horse beyond exhaustion. Corsairs have attacked in force.
The Lady Nariel prepares a response to deal with the Corsair raiders.
Hurry now to her side, for there is little time to waste. We are to save the folk of Tum Rost. That's the usual evolution of viruses. A virus can't survive and multiply if it kills its hosts. Natural selection at work. Exactly. Very much a fan of Darwinism. Oh, wait. I thought she was in here. Where is she? What? Oh, huh? You upstairs? Is there an upstairs in here? What the hell? What? See it? Moving. Oh. Wrong side? Or is there another stairway over there that goes up? I'm so confused. Nope, see, locked door. Ugh. See, don't you love these wonderful Sunday morning conversations? Oh, no, I guess we're going downstairs. The lower level. Yeah, somehow I don't think that the lady is hanging out down here. She's in the not hanging out in the bowels of the ship. Yes. I felt worse after the shots than I did when I got COVID. Did you really? See, I hear that. I hear that a good bit. People are like, yeah, the shot was worse. Well, but the other side of that, I guess, is that you got the shot. And then you got COVID. So the shot made COVID feel less bad, right? Because you got the shot first, right? Isn't that kind of how, I guess, the expectation is? Over here? There's a stairway over here? Oh, not getting that way. Where the door? Oh, there's the steps. I was wondering where these stairs were. Okay. What the hell's going on here? Oh, I guess we gotta go this way. Good lord, this place is almost as bad as Goblin Town. Only after effect I had was a sore arm for a few days. Same for me. Same for me. Oh, look, we're finally here.
A number of Corsair ships have sailed in secret up the Hothalant.
And now they pillage the farms and villages of Tumrost. I will dispatch our soldiers at once. Are you with us, Elisar? So, you know, I've wound up on somebody's spam texting list this week. Something called Ape Survival. I have no idea what the hell that was or how I ended up on it. They keep sending me these links in my phone. Making space in our warehouse. Grab as many free gifts as you can if you click on this link. So, report it junk. Yes, we'll report the junk. There we go. That's like right alongside of the "It's such a terrible day" text. First time my arm felt sore for 2 weeks. Kind of bonkers, but that was the only side effect, yeah. Fishing? What?
We will fight
yes.
Alongside
no,
you
it's
to
fishing with a
defend
PH.
Greenhill,
Yes, they're trying to fish me, I'm telling you. They're trying to catfish me, that's what it is. We will fight alongside you to defend the Green Hills. Count my warriors among your number. pH of what? 7.9? I don't know. Is that acidic? Tell me when you are ready to depart for Tumrost.
Then let us depart for Tumrost with all haste.
Tumrost with all haste. Yes, I like a good Tumrost coffee in the morning.
Suffer at the hands of the Corsairs. The smell of burning grapes hangs on the air.
Oh, God. The smell of burning grapes hangs in the air. What do burning grapes truly smell like? Does anyone know? This attack is a personal affront to me, for this land is not just under the protection of Lady Noriel and the Knights of the Green Hills, but it falls also within my purview as the King of Gondor. The people of IFL will not be endangered while I live to prevent it. Hurry! We must defend the folk of IFL from the Corsairs. The French are here. Oh, God. Save us all. Burning crepes? Oh, God. Okay, I got you. I see what you did there. Burning crepes. I don't know. Have you ever burnt a crepe? Sacre bleu! The crepes! She have burned! You have? It's a rite of passage in any French household? Oh, God. Ooh, the smell. Oh my gosh, I have more health than he does. Remain on your guard. The village is not yet safe. Crepes are better. I heard burning grapes. Yes, I heard burning grapes, yes. Go with Rosaran and deal with the raiders in the north. Rosaran. Would that I had a company of mounted swan knights with which to sweep the Corsairs from this place. You and I will have to do, and we must be up to the task. That is the command of the king. This way. Sacred blue? Yeah. Sacre bleu. Invaders. 10 points if you can tell me what movie that's from. Go away, or I shall taunt you a second time. Okay, there may still be Corsairs lurking in the shadows. Yes, in the shadows. Only the shadow knows. I will search inside the buildings to the north. You should go around to the back. Look, it's a burning bush. It's a sign. Either that or it's just that time of the month. Are we referencing the same movie? I don't think so. Bound and defeated Corsairs hiding in IFL. Ah, yes. Stop trying to hit me and hit me. One more hiding back here. I see him. Okay, so I ran around the whole building, did all that. Now what? Am I going to go back in there? Talk to Rosaran among the northern buildings of Iowa. You were talking about Holy Grail? Oh, no, I was not. No. Sacre bleu, invaders. That's from Beauty and the Beast. It was Lumiere that said that. Go away, or I shall taunt you a second time. Yes. We are fortunate, my friend. Most of the villagers are unharmed. For the Corsairs set the hillside aflame as they climbed up to the village, and the folk of IFL did not delay. They took shelter among these buildings at the first sign of the Corsair approach. Once we have put out the fires, most of the danger should be over. Just before you returned, I heard the dwarf Gimli shouting back in the main square. You should ensure he has all in hand. It could be more of the Corsairs hid themselves and thought to do some mischief while our backs were turned. Gimli may need your help back in the main square. Hurry to him. What? Is that out here? Oh, there he is. Dobby and I recently watched Holy Grail, our first time seeing the whole thing, and there was much rejoicing. Nice. Indeer. The vintner sits in a widening red pool and stares at you with glassy eyes, his clothes red-stained. You ask if he is injured, and he shakes his head. This is not blood. It is worse. My finest bottles were smashed beyond repair and their contents drained. I pray the king still has the bottles we gifted to him. They are irreplaceable now. Save the wine! Spare the wine, spoil the child? Is that how it goes? Oh, there's Gimli. Shall I find you a box? I stayed behind, and I was right to do so. Some of the Corsair raiders hid themselves around the square, thought to attack Elisar from the rear. But there may be more. We should follow after him and see if any other villains had the same idea. We will surprise any of the Corsairs that think to trap Elisar and the others. Crepes and wine? Perhaps. You like a little crepe with that wine? I smell bacon and not here in chat. I must make a journey to the kitchen. Ah, yes. Is there really any other worthy meat than bacon? I think I said that already today. Come on, Gimli. You're a little slow, dude. You ate boar yesterday? That's a pig product. That's okay. Yeah, I had much bacon this morning. I think I had like 5 slices of bacon. And two fried eggs. They were quite tasty. She made everything in the cast iron pan this morning. So there's all that. She loves cooking in her cast iron. I do not fully understand it. The main Corsair ships must be anchored further down the river, for most of the raiders rode here in secret, piloting small boats. Why then would they set fire to the hillside as they approached IFL, giving away their presence before they reached the village that was their destination? It's a distraction! You suggest to Elisar that perhaps the Corsairs wanted to inspire fear in the hearts of the villagers, and he nods. Perhaps that is the answer. Still, it is good to hear that most of the villagers remain unharmed. We drove the Corsairs back to the river, and most of them fled in their small ships. They may seek to return once they have licked their wounds, but I think it more likely they will not attack IFL again for some time. We should search along the shoreline and ensure that no Corsairs remain here in hiding. It is possible we overlooked some of the fleeing pillagers. in our charge down the hill. When I went to France, I went to the Asterix and Obelix theme park, and they had a lot of boar dishes. We rejoiced. Shoreline scrub. Oh, could there be a guy hiding in this bush? Bush. And we're searching, and we're searching. Oh, look at that. A Corsair leaps from his hiding place and attacks. You defeated another of the hiding Corsairs. Search along the shoreline for any sign. What's in this bush? Potential hiding place is free of Corsair. A young boy emerges from the hiding place. Orgolas of Anphilas. I'm sorry. Orgolas stammers nervously, overcome with fright. I told Thorongil it was wrong, and we should not follow the warriors, but he said if we didn't, that my father Golasgil would know that his heir to be a coward. I'm no coward.
I should not have listened to him.
Nope, shouldn't.
I knew it was wrong. There was no convincing him.
Okay, well, where did he go?
Thorongil wanted to get a closer look at the ships. And then...
Oh, no.
Orgolas, you were to stay at Ostandir.
Sorry, my king.
I'm sorry, my king.
I could write this stuff. But Thorongil...
Breathe deeply, Orgolas, and then tell us what befell Thorongil.
Oh, Thorongil. Not Thorongil, Thorongil. Because, you need to put the right emphasis on the proper syllable.
But he wanted to get closer to the ships. I hid in a bush, but he kept going. And one of the Corsairs seized him.
Seize him! One of the Corsairs, a huge lout with muscles like I have never seen, lifted Thorongil up by one arm and dangled him over the river. Is this one of those halflings I've heard about, he asked, and Thorongil spat curses at him and said he was named Thorongil and would have all the Corsairs put to death if they didn't unhand him. They laughed at that. Oh, did they ever. I can still hear the laughter. It's terrible. But there was something about that name that they didn't like. Thorongil, you say? Big fellow asked, drawing his sword. I think he would have killed Thorongil then and there, but an elf among the Corsairs said something to him, and his face became like a storm cloud. I couldn't really hear it from where I was hiding, but I think the elf was saying the captain would want to keep Thorongil aboard her ship. The big lout put his sword away and hauled Thorongil onto their boat, and they rowed out into the river, and then they were gone. No, it was wrong, and we shouldn't have come here, but I didn't know how to get out of it, and then it was all over, and it was too late. The way they spoke about their captain, it fills me with terror even now.
They called her the Reaper of the Waves.
Reaper of the Waves. The Reaper of the Waves, I think we know this captain. Nakazi has reason to hate Gondor, and she told you herself that she planned to wreak vengeance upon my kingdom. It would not surprise me to learn that she planned to raid every village along the river's edge in Pinath Galeen. But the abduction of Thorongil caused her to change this plan. He may prove a useful hostage for the kindred of the coins. Oh, thank you. Did the cats find that again? Okay. Nice. But I am getting ahead of myself. Right now we must bring this unwelcome news to Thorongil's mother, Noriel. And then perhaps we can do something to prevent Nakazi from escaping Outer Gondor with Thorongil in her custody. Oh, she's out of her throne now. She is out of her throne. Just out of her throne completely.
This outrage cannot stand.
I will wage such war upon the Corsairs that they will not sail within sight of Gondor for 1,000 years. Call to arms every knight that has ever raised sword within Pinath Gelene to follow me and rescue my son.
I think there is reason to believe the Corsairs will not harm Thorongil.
They will see value in keeping him alive to use in a potential bargain with Gondor. If we act rashly, we might endanger the boy's life. We must not risk that. I want to send someone to follow the ships. We must track them from the shore and see where they sail. It is not certain they will return directly to Umbar, and if they put in at a cove along the Langstrand, we may be able to rescue Thorongil before he is brought back to the kindred of the coins. What say you, Shireflyer? Are you prepared for a chase?
Return to Anfalas as quickly as you can, and look for some sign of the retreating Corsair ships.
If it can be managed, we need to know what direction they sail as they leave the river. We will follow after you, but a larger company might move more slowly than one man. Once you determine the direction of the Corsair ships, you will find me at Lond Kirion. Go with utmost haste, my friend. Much depends on what you can learn of their course. Like any cool stuff. Water Lurker Earring. Not as good. Well, I don't know. Fate, Agility, 400. Yeah, no, not as good. Crap. Oh, crap. I'm getting all this crap for loot. Why do I get such crap loot? Oh, and of course, my large essence and tracery bag is full, so of course, you know. I do have some enhancement runes I need to use in there too. That can buy up some levels on my current things, but I'll worry about that another time. This for another day, perhaps. All right, travel to the southern coast of Thingast, southwest of Lond Kirion in An. Munchie! Stop being a butthead. Munchie's being a butthead. Alright, so to Lond Kirion, which is great because I have a port to Lond Kirion, so we're just going to go straight there. Alright, so we need to go, looks like we go out the western side of the city and down along the coast. The bridge goes ever on and on. This is a big-ass bridge, man, I'll tell you. There you go. First-person perspective. First-person perspective with no interface. There you go. We're just riding along. It's almost like being there, except for the random words that pop up in your face. Need to be able to fly through Middle-earth. Oh my god, I'm one of those people now. Can we have flying mounts? Give us eagles. Thank you. Excuse me. I had a tickle in my nose. Sorry about that. Look out over the water for the fleeing Corsair ships from the coast of Thingat. Please. Clicky, clicky. Whoa. Whoa. What's with all that? Wow, you get a lot of damage just going into the water there. This is the place. Doing a look, it says you peer into the distance. Taking some serious damage here, though. Like 2,000 health being lost. What does this say? Deep and treacherous water. You are too far from the shore. The same treacherous currents that slew Amroth of Lorien begin to claim you. Do not go in there. Not sure what's maybe I gotta get off my horse. I need to maybe be like standing on the rocks. There we go. You can't actually do it from your horse. That's pretty wild. The hazy sky over the water hides from your sight, any retreating ships. Okay. Find a spot further to the west from which you might spy distant ships. Okay. Further down the shore. This is a good spot from which to look for distant ships. You can't quite make out what the distant shapes on the water might be.
Fleeing Corsair ships? No, I've not seen anything of that sort today.
For I have only just arrived from Melgabas. You say they would be coming down the river? Doubtless these are not the tidings you need, but I did see your ships going upriver a few days gone. From hiding, I watched their crew come ashore, bearing torches and shouting commands. They visited the haunted grove to the southwest. Foolish idea, of course. That's a place decent folk don't go, and still haven't. Who would count a Corsair decent after all? Anyway, they were inside for just a quarter of an hour or so, and when they emerged, they reboarded their ships and sailed up the river. I told the town guard back home, so do not think I haven't done my share. But I'm just a fisherman, and even the guardsmen knew better than to get mixed up with two ships of Corsair raiders. You think they might keep a secret store of goods or weapons in that grove? Strangdean it's called, and I'll tell you again, it is haunted. Won't see me creeping about in there, and if you've got more wisdom than foolish courage, You won't go inside either. Day to you. Good day, sir! Something like that. Alright, we need to go over there. Can we get... no, we have to swim that way. We'll go up and around. Oh. Hello, wretched Darkwater. Blech. They do. Alright, let's see what we got here. Was it really? Why? Oh. Apparently that was a little scary. That was scary. There seems to be no immediate sign of corsairs at this grove. An abandoned bow. This bow is of unusually high quality and is in fine repair. Talk to the Ent in the shady grove. Hello. Leaf Shade. Hello.
You there,
small one. Have you come to Tumbamel to bring tidings of my friend Nestinanesorn? What is this charming parrot coin? What is that? Vitality. Crit rating. Finesse and fate. I'll stick with what we got.
There have been many strange happenings of late.
He slowly turns his head to look past the trees of the grove and falls silent. After a long moment, he seems to realize you are still here. A long, windy sigh escapes from his mouth. It is most unusual for so much to happen to the Ents, he murmurs sleepily. I am called, he begins, and after a time you realize that the sound rolling out among the twigs and branches of the grove, making them restless, is actually a long name, spoken languidly in the Old Entish. But you may call me Lathlum or Leafshade, he continues, his voice little more than a sigh.
That is the bow of my friend Nestina Nesorna. He left it here when he went away.
Leafshade appears in no hurry to speak any further, so you ask about the elf bow in the center of his glade. The Ent sighs heavily and the breeze of his exhalation rustling the leaves of the trees. There was a gathering of my folk what is your word, they would use some months ago. On my return, I came across a dying creature suffering from a poisoned wound. He reminded me of an old friend, an elf I once knew, Varian. She lived among the beaches and sang so beautifully. Leafshade stands in silence, his story unfinished, and you wonder if you should prompt him to continue. I has extra thick bacon and fluffy scrambled eggs. Very nice. Very nice. Going to a baseball game tomorrow. Mariners and the St. Louis Cardinals. Very nice. Are you a big baseball fan, Gramp? We have become very big baseball, like Phillies fans over the last few years. Ange and I watch the games pretty much almost every night. Like there's a game on, we'll watch it. Usually while we're doing something else, we'll have the tablets open. We'll be, reading news or doing things or playing game or whatever. Thick or sick bacon? It's thick bacon. It has to be thick. What do you all say? Do you all prefer thick bacon or not? I don't want to say thin bacon, but like not so thick bacon. You've been a baseball fan since you were a kid? Okay, cool. What do you think of the Phillies' chance to win the World Series again this year? Remember going to Dodger Stadium when you were 5 years old. Very cool. I met Larry Boa, Danny Ozark, and Paul Owens back in the late 70s. I have a photograph of myself with them due to some things my dad did. What? With the yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, didn't they just kick the Mariners' ass all over the place? I guess the Mariners are your team up there, aren't they? For that region up there, like, because I'm guessing you don't have like. Yeah, no, that's okay. You can let him slide on this one. They've had a rough 2 weeks. Yeah, they have. Phils are doing really good. Did you see all the press that was going around about Karen Ballsnatcher? I love that fucking name, man. Oh my god. Oh yes. Karen Ballsnatcher. Get your action figure while you can. Oh, ad. Okay. All right. We'll wait. You got Suarez from the D-backs. Yeah, they did. It didn't help, though, did it?
But you did not know Varian.
No, you would not have. The lives of Ents are measured differently.
You would not have.
He talks so slow. So the whole issue with Karen Ballsnatcher, did y'all see that? Sadly she was a Phillies fan, but the whole for those of you who don't watch baseball or haven't seen the news, and apparently there was a home run ball hit by Harrison Bader of the Phillies. A great pickup for them, by the way. They picked him up right at the end of the trade deadlines, and he's been a great center fielder for them, and hit a home run the other night. We weren't actually watching that game live. That was one that we didn't catch live, and we heard about it afterwards. And so home run ball gets hit, right? Lands up in the stands. It's out in the left field, right? Lands, I guess, in a chair, in the seat. You know how the seats fold up and whatever. So I guess it got there. So this one dude came running over from like the next section of seats over, right? Manages to get to the ball before this woman who was standing like in the row above where the seat is. And he grabs the ball and he starts heading back over, and he gets back over to his seat, and his his son and his wife and his daughter there, so he gives the ball to his son, right? This Karen comes running over and grabs the guy by the arm and starts just chastising him up and down about, you took the ball, it was my ball, blah, 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 right? And just, so it turned into a whole spectacle. And the dad, I gotta say, like, the dad's getting kind of the raw deal on the internet, you know, in some ways, because people are like, oh my God, why would you give in to this Karen? He gave the ball to the Karen and was like, just go away, right? He was just like, just go away. And, you know, so she went back, and of course, you know, people started heckling her. There's video of some of the fans that were heckling her afterwards, and this, that, and the other. But on the internet, like, people are like telling the dad, like, dude, I never would have gave that woman that ball. What kind of pansy are you? You know, and stuff like that, right? But as it turns out, then this happened in Miami. So as it turns out, the Florida Marlins, they came down to the seat where the dad and the boy were, and it turns out it was this boy's birthday too. And they were Phillies fans, right? And they gave this kid a care package. Had a couple baseballs in there and a bunch of fan memorabilia kind of stuff. But wait, it didn't end there. Apparently, this kid, when later on, I guess after the game, the kid was down in the tunnel, and Harrison Bader came along. And talked to the kid for a minute and gave, like, literally signed a bat for him right there in front of him. Signed it to, the kid's name's Lincoln. He's, you know, to Lincoln, whatever, and gave the kid a signed bat. And of course, you know, social media justice being what it is, of course, people started to try to identify the Karen. There's some question as to, like, where she is or what her occupation is or whatever, but people were trying to find her, and basically, so she has now been named Karen Ball Snatcher, yeah. Yo, Tidy Whiteys, what's up, man? The Phillies are an absolute lock to win their division. Mets have no chance to catch up unless the Phils just lay an egg. My problem with that is they went up to New York and they played the Mets and they lost all three. They lost all three to the Mets. So it's kind of like one of those things where the Phils are doing really well right now, but the Mets kind of have their number. So they're going to have to change their strategy if they meet, because they could meet the Mets, or honestly, was it the Mariners that we can meet? If my manager at work, he's like a huge Phillies fan, Philly sports fan, right? So he was like, if the it might be the Brewers, but he's like, if the playoffs were to start today, this is where it would be, and the Phillies would meet the winners of the Mets, and I think it was the Mariners, but I'm not 100% on that. Was it the Brewers? Okay, she's saying it's the Brewers. The Mets were struggling, and that was just them breaking that slide. Yeah, but if they were struggling, man, and the Phils come in, and the Phils just totally stunk up the place, so I'd be worried. I really, and my manager has said this too. He's like, I don't want to see the Mets in the postseason. I think he'll take anybody but the Mutts in the postseason. So yeah, there's that. Go Phils always. You know it. You know it. If the Phils and the Mariners meet, it will be in the World Series since they're in different leagues. Okay, so it was the Brewers then. Yeah. That's what Angie was saying. She said it was the Brewers. Baseball talk, everybody. How am I doing today? I'm doing great. I'm doing great, man. Thanks. How are you? Oh, what do we got? Oh, did the end finally stop talking, by the way? So let's read this. But you did not know, Farian. No, you would not have. The lives of Ents are measured differently. Months are the blink of an eye or less. I was thinking of Farion when I carried this wounded creature, this elf, back here to my home. I did not know if he would live. For Farion, I would try to save him. In time, he did recover his strength, and that is when I named him Nestinanasorna, which is sapling who is healed, in the words Farion taught to me.
Awaken, Nestina Nesorna.
Nessina Nesorna. Where am I? What happened to me? I remember the marching ranks of the orcs. My friends, I have to warn my friends. And the defenders of Helm's Deep. But how did I come to be here? Pain. I remember a pain in my side. Think you are going to live after all. I feel so weak. You were pierced by an arrow when I found you. These Burarum, these orcs, they use a deadly poison. I have to warn my friends. This poison. Poison! No. You are one of the long-lived ones, like my friend Farion. But even poison can bring the elves low, if it is of a bad sort. Poison used by these Burarum, these orcs, is of very bad sort indeed. Any others struck by their arrows would have died at once, and never known there was a poison to survive. An elf might last a little longer, but without my Entish medicine, you would have perished too. You are lucky? Ents do not believe in such a thing, but Farion used to speak of it to me. Oh, she did. If I had not seen you on my return journey, you surely would be dead now. You have Farion's luck. You slept for a long time, and will need to sleep longer if you are to be fully healed. What did Farion used to say to me? You are not out of the woods yet. Imagine that. I'm not going to say that long-ass name like 10 million times. Hakuna Matata? Hey, Coco, how are you? Isn't it Hakuna? I looked at that, I was like, Accounta Matata? What are we talking about? Accountant family? Hakuna Matata. Imagine saying someone's long-ass name. I know, right? Like, I don't know. You still wear tighty whities.
Time passed, but Nestina Nesorna could not wait.
He's gone. Oh, behind me. What happened? You have to let me go. My friends need me. I tried to stand and walk, but my body still too weak. Cannot help them as you are now, my friend. They would fight for me. I am failing them. Rest now, Nestinanezorna? Nesty. We'll just call him Nesty.
Slowly, my friend regained his strength.
Is it Leafshade? Something has changed. The air tastes differently. Think A great and distant evil had been defeated. Oh? Not Sauron? Your names for things are so small. You may be right. Natural world sings anew. Oh, hey, it's raining outside. My friends, my heart tells me this victory is yours. But did you survive it?
But Nestina Nesorna was still weak on the day strangers came to my home.
Oh. It's all about. Ah, Nakazi. Why should we not burn this grove as a message to the folk of Gondor who live in Anfalas? We have set fire to their ships, but the ships come from elsewhere and are manned by crews selected by the Prince of Dol Amroth and by the King, far away in the White City. I say we burn this grove to show they are not safe in their homes. The waves bring us even to their shores, and they are not safe from us. If you do this, Nakazi, you do it alone. I want no part of it. I have men enough to burn everything here. Do not need your crew for this, Athata. But I will not forget you withheld your assistance. I beg you to spare this grove and its keeper. Can we not come to an arrangement? Nessie left with them and sailed away on one of their ships. I did not want to fight, and I am glad I did not have to. But I hope my friend is safe. He was not yet fully recovered from his wound, and could not hope to oppose the people of the ships if it came to fighting. Leafshade stares at you with half-lidded eyes. He seems nearly ready to fall asleep once again. The Mariners are pummeling the Braves right now. 9-0 in the third inning. Very nice. Yes. Yeah. Braves are in the Phillies division, but honestly, the Braves are no match for the Phillies right now. Ended in Amsterdam. -156, 1.02. Dude, you're trying way too hard for these fluffy landings. Way too hard. Yeah, the Phillies play at 1:30 today, too, so we'll probably wrap up sometime soon, and we'll go watch the game.
Yesterday, I saw the ships return.
They sailed south until they disappeared over the horizon. Leafshade's words rise in intensity until their booming shakes the branches of the trees of Strangdene. I hope you will ensure Nesty is safe. Leafshade ceases his trumpeting and quiet returns once again to Tumbamal. He is a friend. So many others went away. You assure Leafshade that you will do what you can to help him, but the Ent says nothing more. Talk to King Elisar inside the main hall of the Keep of Lond Kirion. Back to Lond Kirion. Give you 15? Oh, yeah, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Hey, Questing Dad, what's up, man? Yes, happy Sunday to you. Yeah, actually, we're getting some serious rain right now, and little thunder happening in the background there. Will you title the stream "Feed Your Cat Spinach"? You should title it "I Fed My Cat Spinach." That's okay. She won't be awake before he's done streaming anyway. Easing back into Lotro. Isn't it so easy to do that, though? It's always so easy to sort of just ease back into Lotro. That's always a thing. So, how goes your Lotro-ing these days? What area are you easing back into, if I might ask? We are in, we are still doing Winds, Waves, Song of Winds and Waves, or whatever the hell that is, I don't know. With coffee. Song of Waves and Wind, isn't that the name of the series of quests? We need to go into the main, go run it. Well enough that I am rejoining the Lotro stream team on Thursday nights. Well, congratulations. Y'all make sure you check out Lotro stream on Thursday nights. You know that was my slot. The Thursday night Lotro stream slot from 6 to 8 p.m. was always mine. For the longest time while I was still on the official. Oh, hello. Good God, man. I felt that in my butt. Holy crap, that was a loud, thunderous boom. Did you feel that? Yep. Gotta love Florida weather, isn't it awesome? Dude, seriously, like my chair and the floor under me literally just like boom. 8:30 to 10:30 Eastern. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, didn't we do 6 to 8? Wasn't it 6 to 8? I thought that was my time on Thursdays. Or later, however late we ran. And then I think somebody else came along, and then there was like nobody in for a period of time. And I think sometimes we ran till about 9. And then somebody else came along at 10 o'clock on Thursday nights. There was somebody else that they had in that slot there. But, yeah. Yes, the glory days.
We have only just arrived at Lond Kirion. Did you learn where the ships are bound?
We strived to bring a higher quality of stream to Lotro stream back in the day. We have only just arrived at Lond Kirion. Did you learn where the ships are bound? You tell Elisar that the Corsair ships left the river and sailed south until they disappeared over the horizon. So Nakazi does make for Umbar. I was not certain that would be so. It seems she knows the value of her captive to the kindred of the coins, but something else troubles you, my friend. I can see it in your expression. You tell Elisar more briefly than it was told to you of Leafshade's account of the past few months. The king puts a comforting hand on your shoulder. Your friend Korodan lives, but he is in need of rescue. As it happens, we were already planning such a mission, for young Thorongil must be freed from his imprisonment as well. I feel in my heart this is the way it must be. Both of these captives are being brought to Umbar, the city of the Corsairs. A small party of adventurers might infiltrate the city and rescue Thorongil and Korodan, where a larger group must surely fail. I want you to lead this small party, my friend. I know you are the right choice for this task, though it proved most dangerous. Say that Korodan's sister Sigilith intended to investigate his disappearance near Helm's Deep. I will send a message to Erkenbrand that she be found and told of these new tidings. Cool.
You will need a ship to carry you and the crew you choose to bring to Umbar.
I know I can rely on you for this, but you will need a ship to carry you and the crew you choose to bring to Umbar. I have already spoken with Orgelas about this and have given the heir of Golasgil a number of things to consider, but as you will lead the expedition across the bay, you should be the one to hear what he has decided. I believe you will find him in his bedroom somewhere upstairs. Upstairs. Okay. Can we get there? How do we get there? You know, this maze back here. It over here. I don't like this building. Very confusing. What am I missing here? Why am I not finding it? Oh, can't go there. Okay. Big cat wake the fuck up before noon. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. That's the problem. So Keep, right? Where is this kid? Inside. According to this. What am I missing? Why am I not finding the way up or down? I don't care what way I gotta go. Somebody just like point me in the right direction. I'm not finding anything back. How do we? Yeah, okay, there's that door. That's fine. We come over here, and there's this door over here. And then there's this cool room over here. And this is it. Wait. There it is. Couldn't find the stairs. Suggest you take the stairs. Is this a usable door? No. Ah, found him. Orgelas looks at you with a crestfallen expression as you arrive.
Someone needs to rescue Thorongil, and I suppose it falls to me.
We cannot choose the times that call upon us, can we? Someone needs to rescue Thorongil, and I suppose it falls to me. I am not a warrior or a sailor, but how? How hard could it truly be? I have watched the men training, and I can swing a sword nearly as well as they can. And the Wave Hunter has a crew who will do the actual sailing, I trust. Orgelas chews his lower lip with worry, and you are reminded that he is only 12 years old. I don't know what to do. I want to help and to prove that I am strong and brave enough to do what my father would want of me, but I also know that I cannot leave my mother alone. I share some of the blame for Thorongil's capture. Should I not also be responsible for helping rescue him, if such a thing might be possible? Orgolas sighs unhappily. The king asked me, "What would your father tell you?" But I confess that I don't know. Do you? Do you have any idea what my father, Golazgil, would want me to do? What would he say to me? Gather your thoughts. You remember Golazgil, Lord of Anfalas, as he was in life. You remember Golazgil standing in the White City before battle was joined on the Pelennor fields, unafraid of the hard times, trying to remember the words of an old traveling song. You remember finding Golazgil on the Pelennor fields after the great battle, surrounded by the corpses of the orcs that ambushed him. You recall, too, the look on his face when he learned how many of his friends perished before the walls of Minas Tirith, but such sorrow did not keep him from marching to the Black Gate with the men of the West when his king required it. You remember Golazgil at the Battle of the Black Gate as he stood face to face with the mighty Olag that would give him his mortal wound, and you recall his final words. "If there is a day to come after this," he said, "look to the people of Anfalas. Tell them their lord..." You cannot say for certain what the Lord of Anfalas intended, for then he died, only moments before the fall of the Dark Lord Sauron and the rout of their mortal enemies. You relay his father's words to Orgolas, and Golazgil's heir rubs at a smudge on the floor with his shoe.
My father's last thoughts were not for himself, or for what he was about to lose?
But for the folk of Anfalas, so far away? How can that be true? He left us behind to go to the war. If he truly cared, would he not have remained here? You remind Orgolas that his father counted his family, his son, and his wife among those people of Anfalas he sought to protect, and it was on their behalf that he followed the king to war. Orgolas sighs again. Is that what you are telling me? To be a good ruler, you have to put the needs of your people ahead of your own. Is that what it means to be the son of the Lord of Anfalas? Is that what it means to be the heir of Golazgil? But it is so difficult. Thorongil would cast all that aside and charge off to battle, hoping to achieve glory, and before today I might have done the same. But I am not a fighter, not yet. And if I were seized by the Umbar, as was Thorongil, what would that mean for the people of Anfalas? I have to stay here. I have to help my mother and be here for my people. My father was a great mariner and a mighty warrior, but I have not yet grown into the man he was. I must serve my people in another way. Orgolas looks at you with resolve in his eye. I will remain behind to help protect Anfalas and Pineth Gelin from further attack by the Corsairs, for that is the best way for me to aid my people. But the king is right that someone must sail to Umbar and rescue Thorongil if it can be done in secret. He has chosen you for this, but you need a ship. Orgolas stands at attention and studies you seriously. The Wave Hunter was given to me by my father, and if he had not died in service of Gondor, one day he would have taught me to be a great mariner, as he was. But that was not meant to be. Instead, I give command of the Wave Hunter to you until Thorongil is returned safely to his hall. Use it well and wisely, and may the memory of Golazgil go with you and fill the sails and with wind and to speed you on your journey. When Thorongil is rescued and the threat of the Corsairs is ended, perhaps you will teach me what you have learned of sailing, and I will drive the Wave Hunter upon the great sea. But that will be in days yet to come, for now I must find how to protect the folk of Anvilas, I will one day rule, and that is a lesson I will learn from my mother. I have permission to use that door. Outside the keep. Okay. This way. Yes. Jane, stop this crazy thing.
I am pleased with the decision of Orgalos.
I will not say I expected it with complete certainty, but I believed the son of Golasgil was enough like his father to arrive there after some deliberation. The folk of Anphilas will be in good hands once the Lady Mara instructs her son about what she has learned of rule, a considerable amount. But our paths must now diverge, my friend. I charge you with the rescue of Thorongil and of Corridan, and look forward to your successful return aboard the Wave Hunter. Do not try to fan anew the flames of war with Umbar. This must be a mission carried out in secret. Choose one. Choose. What is this? What do we have for... Oh, they're very nice cloaks. Agility, nice. Vitality, better. Critical rating, good. And physical mitigation and armor are good. I'm going to lose a lot of evade, though. Like my evade rating, but we're... see, there's another one that's got tactical mitt, but that's will and vitality, too. You know, as we like our tactical.
I suggest you add to the Wave Hunter's complement of sailors such folk as you can trust.
Alright. The Wave Hunter was harbored upriver in Pinath Galeen to protect it from the Corsairs during the War of the Ring. Decision that must have rankled Golasgil even as he saw the need for it. The ship's crew is likely eager to sail again, and you will need their talents and knowledge of the bay to bring you to Umbar in secret. But your arrival at the city of the Corsairs will only be your mission's beginning. To that end, I suggest you add to the Wave Hunter's complement of sailors such folk as you can trust or as have a stake in the quest's successful conclusion. You will not be able to keep Noriel away, I think, and as a knight of the Green Hills, her combat prowess may be of use to you. Legolas and Gimli will go with you gladly, of course, and I think Sergon of Pelargir will be no less eager to sail again. Knowledge of the bay and of the folk that dwell along its shores may prove valuable. If you believe that Corridan's sister Sigileth, is it Sigileth or Sigileth? I forget. Will begin her search for him at Helm's Deep. The messages I have dispatched to Erkenbrand should reach her, and she will likely make her way to Gondor as soon as she can. There is another you should add to your crew, my friend, but I advise you to watch him carefully. I speak of the Corsair, Jajax. It may be helpful to have him near as you adventure in Umbar. You can trust him. Now bid farewell to the traveling company, for we each have our own roads to walk, and it may be some time before we see each other again. So there we go. Oh my. Lots of thunder around outside. The rain has stopped, but it's still... You peed a little? That was another one. That wasn't as bad as the last one. There's that. So, I think we're gonna call it a day here. I know we got a little bit of a late start, but we're gonna kind of end it here if we can. See here what's going on. The Zeuser is up. Okay, he's he's doing flying, but he's gonna do some more Lotro today too. So we're gonna go raid Zeus, and then I'll be back next Sunday. I know we talked about doing maybe a night stream. I don't know. I'll see what I can fit into the schedule. I actually have a night flight this week. I have to actually do I have to do 3 hours of nighttime flight instruction for my private pilot license that I've been working on. So that's coming up. It was supposed to be last week, but I believe it'll be coming up this week. Wednesday, I think I have it scheduled for. So tell you all about that next week. Should be fun. Yeah, I'm glad you could stop in as well. Thank you everybody for just stopping in. I'm enjoying getting back to just sort of, casual Sunday morning, do some Lotro, have some coffee, talk about the world and the world of Lotro and all that kind of stuff. So thanks again for coming and hanging out. Let me get this raid set up here, and then we shall continue on our merry way. Let's see here. I find it interesting that the automatic raid selections of people to raid never includes anybody that I want to actually. Zeus Delicious. There we go. All right, so we're going to raid Zeus. I know he's probably going to start out with some flight sim to get a plane up in the air, and then we'll probably do some more Lotro in Umbar. He's working around in Umbar stuff. So go hang out there, and I shall see you all again in Middle-earth sometime soon, probably next Sunday. So thanks again, everybody. Let's see. Start raid. That works. We got this 10-second count. But thanks again, everybody. Thanks for joining. And have fun in Middle-earth. See you all soon. Bye-bye.